10 Sports Central will be going over a college ball game preview and prediction on one of the first games coming up in the Pac-12 in Week 10 of this 2020 season, and that's going to be between Arizona and Utah. And Utah last season was easily one of the big surprise teams in the Pac-12 and in the nation in general. Utah was a huge surprise team, and they ended up doing really well. And then Arizona on the other side was probably the worst team in the Pac-12 conference last season, and they're definitely looking to improve on that here in this 2020 season, in which I definitely think Arizona's got some good talent. They're returning a lot of players, and I think they could improve a lot. And we'll be going over a full preview and prediction on this game here today. This game's going to be on Saturday, November 7th, 4 p.m. Eastern in Salt Lake City, so the Utes will be your home team here. Spread currently says Utah by a couple of touchdowns. 14 is the current spread. ESPN FPI has got Utah 80%. Vegas prediction also has Utah 34 to 18 being the final score. So all three of our sources here are going with Utah, which is not much of a surprise in this situation considering how good Utah was last season. Here's your stat comparison for this game, and obviously these are your 2019 final stats. Both teams have not played a game yet in the 2020 season, which is kind of crazy just saying that considering we're already in November and we still have some teams that haven't started their seasons. But this is the first game for both these teams, and these are your 2019 final stats, and this is just something to show you guys as to how these teams look last season. Arizona had 20 points per game, 33 points allowed per game. They had 189 pass yards, 133 rush yards on average, and then they allowed 268 pass yards and then 167 rush yards per game on average. As for Utah, they had 31 points per game, 25 points allowed per game, 234 pass yards, 162 rush yards, and then 233 pass yards allowed, and then 142 rush yards allowed. So both teams coming into this matchup, I would say, are looking pretty good. And of course, these are your 2019 final stats, so they are going to be a little bit inaccurate if we're looking into previewing 2020, but still, this is good representation as to what you could possibly see going into this matchup. Some key points for this one: Arizona was easily the worst team in the conference last season, and once again, I think Arizona's got a lot of potential to improve on that moving into the 2020 season. But Utah was a major surprise team at 2019. There's no doubt about that. I mean, Utah was expected to be good. Like, I expected them to be good for 2019, but I didn't expect them to be that good, which is the crazy thing. But Utah definitely has got a lot of potential heading into this season, and they're definitely a team that I would say to watch out for in the Pac-12 this year. And this is a crucial first game for both these teams in general as well. I mean, for both teams looking forward, if both teams want to have good seasons, I mean, you got to start out with a win. And for Arizona in general, I mean, if they're wanting to get some good momentum going to start out the season, this is going to be a very important game in doing that. So, yeah, for Arizona, I mean, yeah, watch out for them here. This is going to be a very crucial game for them if they're wanting to have a good season. And same thing for Utah. I mean, Utah's losing a lot of talent after 2019. So going into 2020, Utah's going to have a good start, and that's why it's so important for both these teams. And it's so important for every team in the Pac-12 in general. Once again, heading into November, we're already towards the end of the season, and the season for the Pac-12 is going to be pretty short, obviously. So, yeah, this is going to be a crucial game for both these teams moving forward. And considering in the Pac-12, they only have, I think it's only 7 games being played in this conference. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's only 7 games being played for each game in the Pac-12 conference this season. Every game is basically going to be twice as important, is what that means, especially if you're wanting to make it to the Pac-12 championship. So, very important game going on in the Pac-12, obviously this week, but for the season in general. And here's what I'm predicting for this game. I've got Utah winning this one. I'd say there's a 3 out of 4 chance we see Utah get the win here. But once again, this 2020 season has been so unpredictable. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to see Arizona get the win, but I've got Utah in the end. I think your final score is going to be 35-17. And I think at halftime, Utah is going to have a comfortable lead, 21-7. But I do think it'll be close for a good chunk of the first quarter at least. I think both teams definitely will be close, but I think Utah, once again, is just too good of a team at this point. I've got Utah winning this one 35-17, but I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona did pull out the upset here. I mean, Arizona's got some good talent, so I think Arizona's got a chance to possibly compete with Utah and possibly give them an upset bid, but I think Utah gets the win in the end. Final score 35-17. But yeah, that wraps up our prediction on this game. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this one, and if you enjoyed this preview, slap a like on it and subscribe as well. Really upset the channel, and I'd really appreciate that. But as always, thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central, and I'll see you all later.